So it'll be 7 laps when they move through the start-finish line. And it's McSweeney in the blue top. Across the first steeple in the lead. Radford will sit in behind her. The junior competitor already posted a World Junior Championship qualifying time this year. Like the Victorian Country Championships up in Ballarat. An impressive solo run on that occasion. Was fierce in her chase of the standard and did the best part of that solo, lapping the entire field. You see Polycarpou will slot in behind her. Edwards, Condigonis, Sharon Pedersen, who took out a country title. A swag of them, in fact, in her 40-plus age group category over 1,500. The steeple. And I believe, indeed, the 5,000 metres as well. Powlek in between her. The Mentone athlete in the yellow top back in 8th place at this stage. That's Claire Johnson. And then rounding out the field, Claire Hodgett. And at the rear of the field, Alana Landolfo, as the leaders make their way over the water jump for the first time. It's McSweeney, Radford and Polycarpou, our top 3. Back to Condigonis and Edwards. We'll let them settle in. 1,000 metres, we'll get their split. But it's McSweeney, the defending champion, at the front, along with Stella Radford and Leah Polycarpou in this women's 3,000 metre steeple state final. Stephanie Condigonis there at Killis and Bernard's in some level of distress on the back straight. So 3:05, thereabouts through that first 1,000 metres. Radford and McSweeney back a gap there to Polycarpou. Powlek and Edwards, that next group on the track with Sharon Pedersen and Claire Johnson of the Mentone Club, moving through there in 3:22. So about 15 seconds separating our leaders. Back to that chase group, led by Powlek, Hodgett, and then Dolfo moved through to 5 laps remaining. So the whole field through the first 1,000 metres. It's Radford at the front of the field. And as we mentioned before, the athlete from the Coburg Club already has 2 World Junior qualifying times to her credit this year. She clocked 10:27.57 up at the Hunter Track Classic, and then of course, as we mentioned before, backed up a couple of weeks later in red hot form to run 10:23.69 out of the Victorian Country Championship. So for Radford, who we'll see in action in the Big V at the Australian Junior Championships in just over a week's time up in Sydney. It's a good hit out for her. For Stella Radford and Sarah McSweeney at the front end of the field, Coburg and Melbourne University athletes. So they're just working their way through 2,000 metres just before the water jump. So it looks like they're through in about 6:50 or thereabouts, 2,000 metres. A pretty even pace. Of course, as we mentioned before, the World Junior standard there for Stella Radford, 10:28. So we'll keep an eye on the clock as she chases that time. 10:28 is the standard for the 3,000 metre steeple for women. And it's Radford and McSweeney at the front of the field in this women's state title 3,000 metre steeple. So with 1 lap to go, it's Sarah McSweeney working her way up the home stretch. Melbourne University athlete, blue top over that steeple at the top of the straight. Stella Radford in 2nd place. We'll watch the clock as they go through this last lap. So McSweeney will go through in just on 9 minutes. Radford is going to move her way through in about 9:10. And I reckon we might be on for another World Junior qualifying standard there for Stella Radford. The time we want for the Coburg athlete second on the track is 10:28. And she's moved through in 9:05. So we're looking for about an 85-second final lap from Radford. Will be enough to get her inside that standard. Her personal best and season's best is 10:23. So she's got 300 metres left to travel, but at the front of the field, McSweeney has had it all on her own terms. Sarah McSweeney at the front of the field from Melbourne University. Defending champion from last year. Was comfortable in victory in 2013, where she took out the win ahead of Radford on that occasion. So McSweeney ran 10:25 last year. I reckon we might be a little bit faster again in 2014. and 14. The clock ticking through that 10-minute mark now. McSweeney and Radford at the top of the stretch now. McSweeney comfortable in the lead. She's across the final flight. She's going to make her way down to the line and claim a back-to-back state title in the women's 3,000 metre steeplechase. She'll cross in 10:24. The time we want for Stella Radford is 10:28. I think she's just going to miss it on this occasion, but she's in the form she wants heading to the Australian Juniors. Right on the money. Second for the second consecutive year for Radford. Hodgett making her way through the start-finish line, has 1 lap to go. A pretty strong performance here on day 3 of the Victorian Open Track and Field Championships. So Leah Polycarpou will come here to take the bronze medal, women's 3,000 metre steeple. Pedersen is going to add 4th place in the Open titles to country title victories in her age group from Ballarat in January. So the top 3, McSweeney, Radford, Polycarpou in the women's 3,000 metre steeple.